Were they really
Yeah,
effective?
right. I
Were
remember
they
that.
really effective? Oh, what was that American TV Christian evangelist Peter Popoff? I know, Roger, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Um, who was convicted, and I still believe that he's still in. I would say Genesis created a song based upon him or based upon another TV evangelist that did very similar sort of tricks. You remember Genesis, Jesus Who Loves Me?
yeah. You're talking
Yeah,
about
that's based upon that case. That's based on a similar case. But yeah, uh, Peter Popoff, especially, is a well-known actor in this, and he has been convicted a few times.
well, with me, I mean, it just the whole atmosphere when it comes to these social networks that's being created, in my opinion, seems to be more of a freaking bad freaking environment that encourages a toxic environment for one thing, which is where freaking people go on these networks and they freaking cannibalize one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't blame that on the platform. That's just
Yes, you
people.
Yes, that's the user, that's the
can.
consumer. Yeah, you can blame the
Well, that's
platform
just a
per
side
se for
effect of
that.
free speech.
They,
I think.
they create the environment by the freaking kind of things they do on that platform, especially when it comes to monetization. You know, and now they have a lot of pay to play services, and that's the one thing that people are starting to notice about Minds, about how they really aren't a free speech platform. They're really a pay to play platform.
I disagree because you can still publish content online without, as long as you stay within their terms of services agreement, which is
Well, I mean,
fairly
views when
open.
you have to pay for freaking the reach, though, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. And now they don't freaking give you any of
And
those cool freaking tokens whenever you share content.
they promote the boost mechanism because that's a money spinner for them. But there's other ways. I've always said this. You could publish your content on your channel and in various related groups. There's many ways of creating reach. You don't have to actually use their predetermined or the platform's preferred mechanisms to create reach. I mean, it's just down to good marketing. I mean, my old when we our old joke about sticking a poster in your local grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to pull up the freaking British Army radio waves drone. Did you guys ever freaking get any information on that? Or did
No, I'd look through that Telegraph report that you
We should bring
gave.
up the video of it. Is there a video?
um,
No,
no,
well,
the only ones they have the video of. Actually, they do have a few videos. British
okay.
British
British
soldiers,
soldiers take down drones for 'em.
yeah. UK successfully tests radio wave weapon to neutralize drone. Yeah, go
Sounds
ahead.
like a bit of propaganda, but I'm sure it happened.
Well, I mean, it's actually pretty cool, and I could picture the UK being the ones to do it.
Yeah,
First,
because we've got a long history in
this kind of technology.
what is the
Unethical
company?
behavior.
Um, um, And the Telegraph report talks about UK government, even though it's not going to be the UK government because it's going to be done over several years now, and our current government has only been in for 8 months now.
Now, before you want to play that video, you want me to read the article?
Sure.
Okay. Now
I don't even know if this is the
one
video.
thing that the article doesn't state is who actually manufactures this.
Let me see. This one is the one I found because the first one came off of the Telegraph, and they have this really bad way of always trying to screw people over to pay for their services on Telegraph. So I got this one off of Gov UK, which is off the government. So it says British soldiers take down drone swarm in ground-keeping use of radio wave weapon. Now, British soldiers have successfully tracked, targeted, and defeated swarms of drones in the latest trial of a new directed energy weapon developed in the UK. UK-made invisible radio wave weapon knocks out drone swarms for the first time. Weapon has potential to help protect against drone threats as nature of warfare changes, and the project supports more than 135 highly skilled jobs across the UK. Now, the trial...
Well, since it's creating jobs, it sounds totally all right with me.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I was thinking when seeing that.
One thing I've got to criticise is energy weapon. It's sound waves energy.
This is actually.
Imagine if V was here, he'd be going bananas right now.
Yeah, this is actually cost efficient too because the weapon or the bullets or whatever or the stuff that's needed for it is cheaper. It's cheaper than what freaking it would cost to use missiles and stuff. So
I know. He's saying the ammo. If it's just hand waves.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was getting ready to say. I said that and then I stopped because it's supposed to be radio.
Some of those drones cost like $200 million and stuff. So
yeah.
Now, the trial was completed at a weapons range in West Wales and was the largest counter-drone swarm exercise the British Army have conducted to date. The weapon system demonstrator is a type of radio frequency directed energy weapon, RFDEW, and has proven capable of neutralizing multiple targets simultaneously with near instant effect. The UK government has invested more than 40 million squiggly marks.
You mean the UK taxpayer?
Yeah, well, that. Yeah.
Again, you know my.
It's in the terms of service, Mark. You know, you signed up for it at birth.
Yeah,
your fault.
Your mouth. You freaking know you signed that freaking terms of service agreement. So
I didn't sign it. I was born into it.
Oh, so your mama and daddy did.
They were born into it.
Well, I mean, somebody had to. But you guys do have birth certificates, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I want to double check. Somebody had to sign. Somebody had to sign.
Okay. If you use that to arguments, then yeah, okay, fair enough.
Okay, so the UK government has invested more than 40 million squiggly signs in RFDEW research pounds. In research and development to date, supporting 135 highly skilled jobs in Northern Ireland and the southeast of England. It uses high frequency radio waves to disrupt or damage critical electronic components inside drones, causing them to crash or malfunction. At an estimated cost of 10p per shot fired, If developed into an operational service, it could provide a cost-effective complement to traditional missile-based air defense systems. RFDEW systems can defeat airborne targets at ranges of up to 1 kilometer and are effective against threats which cannot be jammed using electronic warfare. The successful trial comes as drone swarms are increasingly seen in use in frontline combat in Ukraine. UK Defense Intelligence estimates that last year Ukraine had to defend against attacks from more than 18,000 drones. With national security a foundation for the plan for change, the government is significantly increasing the promotion of MOD's equipment procurement spend on novel technologies, spending at least 10% more from 2025 to 2026. It follows the announcement of the biggest sustained increase in defense spending since the end of the Cold War, as the UK will spend 2.5% of GDP on defense by April 2027.
Wow.
That number is way above what has actually been spent.
I
Something
think
like 1.5, 1.7.
I think he's lying.
Wow. That we know of.
Yeah,
Could be way
that's
higher.
that's the government's manipulation of numbers.
Yeah, somebody's got to pocket some of that.
Wow.
That article doesn't say who actually is producing it.
Now, it says Sergeant Myers said RFDEW is an exciting concept. We found the demonstrator quick to learn and easy to use, with improvements on range and power, which could come with further development. This would be a great asset to layered air defense. Protecting national security is the foundation of the government's plan for change. Now, this plan for change sounds a little bit awkward. Is that kind of like some kind of woke program you guys have over there?
Say that again.
Government's
Must be some kind of organization. It sounds deceptive. The name.
Sorry. Say that again.
It's protecting national security is the foundation of the government's plan for change, and the development of RFDEW systems could help to protect the UK from identified drones at security-sensitive areas such as defense bases.
Well, there's the argument that over the last 10, 15 years, we've seen a real drop in armed force and spending and recruitment, a major sort of reduction in, and I know the army is sort of panicking because they haven't got enough money, nor have they got enough troops. If they have got enough money for good recruitment, and also with all the woke sort of thing, the armed forces have really screwed themselves up.
So are they going to have a plan for change which includes military force? Is that, I mean, because that's kind of what it sounds like.
Well, it says here the plan for change is the government program to grow the economy of Europe, of I think the UK,